Well, greetings and salutations, Series 7 test taking weekend warriors. This is the Series 7 guru coming to you from my studio in fabulous Las Vegas with some help for one of those weekend test taking warriors. The question is error in execution versus error in report. And that's very testable. I said I would pull a good practice question that would be reflect what you might encounter on your actual exam. I do get a little tired of people saying no test prep vendors have questions that reflect the test. I'm calling BS. They do. And Kaplan does the best job, I think, of that. They wouldn't be test prep vendors if they were giving you questions that didn't reflect the kind of challenges you're going to encounter. So here's a good example of this error in execution versus error in report. So this is QID 1336841. If you don't have a Kaplan QBank, I highly recommend it as a paid supplement. That and the Kaplan Quick Sheets with my Guru 10 discount code at checkout. You can get a QBank for about $60 and some Quick Sheets for about $20. For that commercial, Kaplan allows me to give you free looks on Kaplan test content like this, which is pretty damn spot on. All right, let's go through this question. If a broker dealer erroneously reports, now this one's kind of straightforward, right? It's telling you it's an erroneous report, not an error in execution, an error in the report. It says reports the purchase of 100 shares at Alpha 2865. And key here, it's a market order. So the customer told me he wanted immediate execution, best available price. I call him back, say, hey, your market order, I got a report for you. You paid 2865. The actual price paid was 29. So now I call you back and I say, hey, I'm sorry about that. I made an error in the report. I thought you paid 2865, but you actually paid 29. So that's an error report. It's within the parameters of the market order. What price, does the customer pay? The customer pays 29. Now that happens too often. Maybe he's going to get a new broker dealer, but so the customer pays 29. So that was an error. That was an error in the report. So let's look at now the other version of this, which is not an error in the report, but error in execution. So I kind of got you another example here. Error in execution. Let's look at this one. If a broker dealer executes at 29, a customer buy limit at 2865. So here the key is buy limit. Now, by the way, it doesn't have to say buy limit. When the customer specifies the price, that's my job to know that that's a limit order. But anyways, we executed 29 and the customer had told us he wants it at 2865 or less. So this is not an error in report. This is an error in execution. So in this scenario, the customer is going to pay 2865. The test issue, very testable, is error in report. The customer is obligated or liable. Error in execution, the broker dealer is obligated or liable. So I would expect you to see something very similar to this in your exam, depending on your draw. But for a long time, I'd talk to test takers and they would ask this to me and I'd say, oh, I haven't had anybody tell me they've seen it in a long time. And that's how this kind of works, right? But over the last several months, 8 or 9 months, people have been encountering this quite a bit. So remember, inch by inch, your Series 7 is a cinch. Yard by yard, your Series 7 is hard. And if you need any help, we'll help you with any question from any test prep vendor. Just easier if it's a Kaplan question. Bye-bye.